Have questions for Coach Fisher, then raise your hand. We're going to start you off, Coach, with Tyler Shaw from KBTX.
Yeah, Coach, before getting to the pro day stuff, just first day of spring under the belt, I guess what were kind of were your expectations met, or how do you feel like yesterday's practice went?
My expectation, I don't know if they're ever met, but no, I mean, it was good energy. It was good focus. Guys understanding how to practice, but there's still some things we got to clean up and get the young guys going the right direction. But a lot of those young guys really jumped at me. I mean, I was very happy with their performances and how they moved around. Again, picked the right guys. There's no doubt about that. Got to get them in doing the right things all the time. But good flow of practice, good intensity. Veterans did a good job of leading. And then when you're in helmets, but the drills and the things that we're getting acclimated, it seemed like we were in good shape. Conditioning was really good, which we had a good long practice yesterday, even though we were in helmets, and conditioning and their bodies seemed in good shape.
And what's the position group at the start of spring that I guess maybe has the most question marks that you hope to kind of sort some things out these next few weeks?
I think they all do, because and I know it's not, I mean, you got to take another steps at other positions that you have veterans back. You have to get guys consistent and guys where you got young guys at. I mean, the obvious thing on offense, you're going to say offensive line, but I thought they had a really good day. Yes. What I was pleased about their operational skills yesterday within the practice, I thought was very good. The calls, the alignments, doing things. I mean, there's a couple of little mistakes here and there. The young quarterbacks, I thought managed the offense as well, got people in the right plays, managed the tempo of practice and their command of the play calls and the whole organization. I thought was very good. Got some some of the younger wideouts keep stepping up. The younger backs got more opportunities defensively. Some of your young D linemen are good. Those young backers, I mean, replacing Buddy in there, always tough. I thought some of those backers moved around, played in different positions, and did a solid job. Of course, you still got your corners and your safeties, mixing guys at different places, nickel, and that I thought that was good. And I thought our special teams did a solid job. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but it's what it should be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's move to Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then Gabe.
Hey, Coach, you expecting a walk-off baseball win every game you go to now?
That was pretty good now, wasn't it? That was a heck of a game for them to come back and battle, because, I mean, they got stung early, and to be able to battle back, that was a big win.
Yeah. Hey, when you look at guys like Jamon and Anthony, and then I'll kind of even ask it separately about a guy like Nick Harvey, what were those conversations like through the season and leading up here to be able to help those guys and bring them back and make sure that they were squared away for the next level?
Well, listen, I mean, with Nick, who was here and then transferred out, but listen, he's a young man trying to make the NFL. He's been at A&M. He's part of the A&M family, and he left here in good graces and everything well, and did a great job at A&M. So why not have him the opportunity, give him the platform to try and get out? And he ran very well today. Jamon had talked to him, during the season a few times. We texted a few times here and there afterwards. I kept in contact with him, and I always kept up with him with Kellen because they were training at the same place. And happy for him. Like I say, last year for him opting out was there's reasons. There's a lot of things were going on. That doesn't deter us from not him being at A&M and wanting him to have an opportunity to play in NFL and fulfill his dream, which he obviously can do that. I'd say all of them. I mean, I thought those guys Hines did a great job. I mean, I thought he ran like he always did. He's been a great guy. But all those guys were great representatives for A&M when they were here. They were great people, and there's no reason not to help them reach their goals and their aspirations.
And Jamon mentioned watching all the games, watching film, texting the guys. How much did he kind of get to be a little bit of a leader and a coach even away from the program that you know of?
Well, I'm sure they did. I didn't talk to him about that much, but I'm sure that he kept with interaction with the guys. He had great friendships here, and again, it could help him grow. And sometimes when you sit back and you really watch and not play, sometimes it makes you grow in other areas about what you see as yourself and in the game and what happens in the game. So obviously he's done that well because he's a very intelligent young man.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Gabe Bach and then Olin Buchanan.
Yeah, I wanted to ask if anybody else in particular, Coach, the guys that you coached last season that were going through pro day, anybody in particular really kind of jump off the page to you?
Well, I think they all did. I mean, they're all good players. I mean, Kendrick was back here. There's a couple guys from Florida State came over that wanted to take an opportunity that had played there for us there. So, I mean, again, this is about kids' opportunities and giving them the chance and the platform to be able to do that. So those guys were all great players for us in the past, whether it's here or wherever they were, and we give them that opportunity.
What about Bobby in particular, for a guy that big to move like he did, to jump like he did? How do you think his draft stock could continue to improve between now and late April?
Like I say, he's not doing anything I had never seen. I've seen that before. I tried to tell him Bobby's big, strong, fast, athletic, powerful. I mean, for a guy to be that quick but have that much power and size is very rare. There's not a lot of those guys around. God doesn't make a lot of those people like that. And, he's got a chance to have a really good future. I look like he moved well today and tested very well. So I hope he gets his opportunity because I think a team will be happy.
Thank you, Jimbo.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Olin Buchanan and then Mike Lucas.
You want to see your former players do well and things like that. But I wonder, how much personal satisfaction or personal pride do you get when a quarterback gets drafted high? Because I know you've had you've coached a lot of first round draft choices. How much does that mean to you personally?
Well, it's my job to help get him there. It's my job to help give him the tool. He has to, as a coach, you can coach all you want, but the guy has to go do it himself. But for you as a coach, it's gratifying because you watch a young man reach his goals and aspirations and the things he dreamed about since he was 5 years old in the backyard throwing a football with somebody saying, hey, I'm going to go win the Cotton Bowl. I'm going to go win the Orange Bowl. I'm going to go win the Rose Bowl. I'm playing in the SEC and I'm playing in the NFL. For you as a coach, I mean, it's very rewarding. And I always say that part of coaching, I mean, you win games, you win championships, but also watching them reach their individual goals. And it's a very rewarding process. And not only for them, just the quarterbacks, but all the positions, because that's part of, that's what I want to be part of the A&M experience. You're going to be a great person here. You're going to get a great education. We're going to have a great team. We're going to play, but you're going to get developed in all your areas of life, and you're going to get developed athletically to reach those goals and aspirations. And this is a place you can do it as well as anywhere in the country. And we take a lot of pride in that. And to getting the guys to that level, helping them they get themselves there, but us helping them get to that level and be a part of that, it is very rewarding and satisfying because that's one of the reasons you're in this business. And, and they're a great representation of Texas A&M and what our university stands for. And I think we got quite a few of them. And
one last thing, your reaction to A-Chain with a 20.31?
I told him his uncle, he must have had a relative on the clock. I think they rigged it. No, that's what I tease him all the time about those fast times. But no, it's awesome. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, you got to remember the guy went 20.45 in high school and hadn't ran in a year and a half. I mean, he missed one of the greatest things that we missed was him and that group of that track team not being able to run as seniors. That they had the 4x1 national championship team and they were all back as seniors and never got to run. He ran 20.45, never got to run his senior year in high school. I mean, you're talking about some records that could have been broken, and it's I'm happy for him. I mean, he is such a tremendous young man. I say that. A-Chain is a very quiet, yes, sir, no, sir, go to work, tough. And I say this, he's a football player running track. And I mean that from a toughness stack in football now. He is a physical, tough, competitive. And I mean, he went from 20.7 and this first meet and then the prelims, which I know you can ease up a little, to 20.31 in the finals. To drop that much and run his PR, I mean, it just scratching the surface. And I think a lot of that comes from his personal competitiveness. I mean, just being able to competitive and getting pushed. It's amazing. I mean, that's the kind of player he is. And I was very happy for him, excited for him.
All right. Thank you, Jimbo.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Mike Lucas from KAGS, then Justin Woodard from KAGS.
Coach, whether it's the offensive lineman working out at Pro Day today or the offensive lineman you have at spring camp fighting for a position next year, what are the little things that differentiate, one offensive lineman to the next and how you evaluate which one puts you in the best position to succeed?
Well, I mean, I think there's certain qualities. You got to have certain size, speed, flexibility, all that stuff. But I'm going to tell you ingredients up front in my opinion. And intelligence. The amount of information you have to process besides quarterback, you have to process as much or more information on the offensive line as any position in football. I mean, it's a highly, highly intelligent position that you have to be able to process information at. You have to have a certain level of toughness. There's got to be a supreme level. If you're tough and you're smart, you truly have, because I've seen guys that are gifted, that can bend, that can run, that can lift and can move, but processing the information and downright tough. Because listen, you're going to get pounded each and every play. You're going to be banged, bruised, being able to play with pain, being able to do things. Toughness and intelligence in the offensive line is two ingredients that you cannot have if you're going to have a successful line. It's that simple. And I mean, then there's a competitive nature and the strength and the lower body flexibility, which is next, being able to bend, play low to high, great power and all that stuff, but hat speed, but I mean, steps and balance. And I mean, there's 100 things, but I'm gonna tell you 2 qualities, intelligent, tough guys, boy, if they start there, you got a chance. You've got a chance.
All right, let's go to Justin Woodard from KAGS and then Chuck.
Hey, Coach, 2 quick ones. The first one, did you get a sense that there was any more pressure or anything like that since there was no NFL Combine and this was kind of a one-shot deal today, Coach?
No, I don't, because a lot of guys skip the combine and work out at these days. I mean, that's what they do all the time anyway. And I think these guys, the one thing about playing here in the SEC, playing in the West, and I think by the way we practice and the way we do things, we keep pressure on our guys. So it's not pressure. It's just about going out and performing what you do on your day, create your day-to-day habits, which you've created in the off season and worked out coming into this. And I think our guys all handled it very well. And I think that's part of one of the blessings about playing at a program like A&M, who plays in big games, big moments, and practice and run the organization like we do. That, like I say, pressure is not pressure if it's your daily habits. It's all you're putting on display. And I think that's what our guys did today, and our guys did a great job.
And then my second one is, how much are you involved in the scouts and the coaches coming to you and asking about players, and how much are you involved in that process?
A lot. I mean, they're going to call. They're really in tune on a guy, and especially the guys that are going to pick high and pay them money with a lot of zeros. They tend to ask a lot more. You know what I'm saying? They got more invested, but they do. They're going to do their homework. They're going to ask the kind of people they are with, and all the questions that goes with it. And that's, I'd say, when I'm being bothered, that means a good thing. That means we got a lot of guys in the draft, and that means we had a pretty good year.
Okay, let's go to Chuck Mikatinik in San Antonio at the Fox station, and then Jenny.
Yeah, Coach Fisher, along those same lines. So has there been a lot of traffic for you along with for Kellen? And then also, are there some things that he does, some intangibles that maybe we don't get to see on Saturday that you think are going to play at the next level?
Yeah, I mean, I have had a lot of people ask about Kellen a lot, and quite a few GMs, head coaches, assistant coaches, scouts. I mean, all that. We've gotten quite a flow of guys, and I always say this. I mean, we always talk about the physical skills, but I think it's the mental skills and the mental drive and fortitude to be able to succeed with the ups and downs of playing that position that I see him grind on, and his willingness to say, these are my goals, that they match my day-to-day habits to reach those goals. And I think Kellen loves the process of football as much as he likes playing football. And I think all the great guys do. They like all the work, all the things leading up to it. And you have to, because that's what eliminates the pressure, knowing that I'm prepared to do what I got to do. And I think he's a very intelligent guy. But, as you hear me tell our players this all the time, our players will probably repeat it to you. Your action speaks so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. His actions match everything he says, but more importantly, everything he dreams of. And I think that's the important thing about it, that the way he goes about his business.
All right, next up is Jenny Streeter, and then we'll go to Matthias.
Hi, Coach. Jennifer Streeter with the Battalion here. I was just wondering if you could touch on how good it's going to feel to hear these players' names get called in the draft, and what really that means for you as a coach. Well,
listen, I mean, you do. You're when you're with them, you're not their parents, but you take the part of their parents sometimes, and being in charge of their responsibility of them becoming who they can become when you're a coach, when they're away from home. And listen, when you're a parent, I can't imagine having your child's name called across the board right there, and what you feel and how you feel and all those things that they're proud. But as a coach, you feel a lot of those same feelings because you've went through the journey. You remember when you walked in and recruited them. And some of these guys I didn't recruit, but when I got here, they were still freshmen. They were still 17, 18 years old and still baby faced and, hoping to do this and hoping to do that. And you watch them grow and become men and the evolution of who they've become as people through the ups and downs and the successes and the failures but the work and they're watching, those tough moments in practice when you're chewing their butt out and they think you don't like them, or you're riding them when they think they don't care, and all those things that go on that, at least the things you've tried to help them with, they're starting to pay off so they can reach their goals and aspirations and their dreams. And it's a very, very rewarding thing because you're so proud, not for yourself, but of what they've accomplished for themselves.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry, we're out of time with Coach Fisher. So thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.